tale to tickle your sides. Winter before, I was drinking in Stavanger with some companions. With us in the mead hall were men of Bard Jarl's clan, one of which was a poet named Halli, called Sarcastic Halli by most. 7 ale horns into his night, Halli stood upon his table and called across the room to another man, a skald named Tjodolf. Tjodolf! He yelled. I can compose a more beautiful poem with my belching than you could with your tongue and fine words. The room laughed. Tjodolf loudest of all. I accept your challenge, Sarcastic Halli, he shouted. Allow me to begin. Tjodolf then spoke this.
Have you heard me tell the tale of the 6 Christian missionaries?
During my 19th winter, King Styrbjorn ordered the construction of a new longhouse. A splendid hall you now see at Fornburg. To build this longhouse, he employed the help of 20 men. I was among them.
Did I ever tell you all the story of how I killed an entire clan single?
In my youth, I remember hearing the story of Kalda, a fierce young woman whose father forbade her from swordplay and raids. Kalda had skills to match or support.
Not long before leaving for England, I made a solitary trek into the mountains east of Fornburg. I was looking...
There was a woman called Nal, who came by ship to Fornburg and heralded, demanding to meet King Sigvaldi, Styrbjorn's father. Nal was from Gautland. She was tall and rugged and strong, and everyone who walked near her said she smelled of men's blood. When her message was sent to our king...
Have I ever told you the story about...
I am fairly certain you have. Anyone else with a tale to share before Dag starts talking again? Let's hear a story.
A story from my youth. This one has no lesson to be learned or message to be gleaned.
You may not know this, but Ragnar Lothbrok once...
When I was 11 winters old, I was the youngest of my favorite cousins. A wild and rowdy bunch of boys and girls. Together.
Here's a tale I do not often tell. There was a clan, little known in the south, composed entirely of warrior women. And
Why you did not stay with them when they asked you to be their king, dog, I will never understand.
Is there a sea scald among you?
I knew a crazed man about my age.
Oh, you have likely never heard the story of the time Odin and Freya appeared before me on a dark winter's night. They called you their orphan child. Yes, dog. We've heard the tale as often as the sun has risen and set.
We'll share a tale.
In the early days of the feud between...
You might not be aware, but I am a man with considerable shipbuilding craft. In my youth,
There was a woman called Nal, who came by ship to Fornburg and heralded.
You may not know this, but Ragnar Lothbrok once asked me to lead his early assault on England myself.
When I was 11 winters old...
Not long before leaving for England, I made a solitary trek into the mountains.
Some years ago, I took to sea with a sword dancer called Egil. A brooding warrior with a face of stone and oak-hard arms. On a raid in Korla, we shored up along the edge of a forest and explored until we came to People Pass, a large farm. It was night and all were asleep, so we set about plundering the place in the quiet of eve, taking sheep and goats as we pleased. It was then that Egil saw a farmhand and pressed the boy for the family's hidden silver. The farmhand squawked like a crow. Being hid beneath an anvil at the smith's forge, the silver was no trouble to lift.
We all remember when Eivor gave orders to attack Kjotve's clan.
In my youth, I remember hearing the story of Kalda, a fierce young woman whose father forbade her from...
Some time ago, I met a wandering skald in search of a jarl or king to serve. He had not composed of...
I knew a crazed man about my age called
You might not be aware, but
A story from my youth. This one has no lesson to be learned or message to be gleaned. Often my father liked to take me on hunts in the forest.
Here is a story I have not told a man, for it happened only last month. I was sharing a mead horn with a beautiful woman. When she,
her sisters, and her mother all begged for your hand in marriage. Is that how this tale ends?
Yes. Were you there?
That's probably my most favourite fucking story album all at the moment. Well, anyway.